I don't think we can get enough of Tales from the Crypt around here at the Drip Fed Dread. That's right. I think now is the perfect time to talk about one of the best performances in all of this entire series. There's been standout episodes from Bobcat Goldthwait. So many celebrities have been on the show. Bill Paxton, Brad Pitt, Demi Moore. I mean, it's been loaded. But one of my favorite, genuine, I know I use this term loosely a lot, but one of my personal favorite horror icons of all time, the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Curry, from the movie Legend, the OG, true, horrific Pennywise the Dancing Clown, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. What is your personal favorite Tim Curry performance of all time? Comment down below and let me know. This man has done so much. He's Home Alone 2. This man put on a performance of a lifetime. He pretty much did that whole Eddie Murphy, the Nutty Professor, before the Nutty Professor was Nutty Professor. Not only did he play Mama Brackett and Papa Brackett, but he played the daughter Winona in the episode Death of Some Salesmen. Let's talk about it. What up, y'all? Welcome back to Phantom of the Indie Review. I'm your host. Why do I always grab my head like this when I do intros? It's because I'm so hyped up. Dill. We're on the journey of 5,000 subscribers. I'm hoping to get there by Halloween. I got my Chucky shirt on. Rip off Louis Vuitton. I'm in Gucci. Here at Drip Fred Dread, we get them booties. No, we don't. We don't get booties. But anyhow, we talk strictly horror, nostalgia. We vibe, we chill. So if any of that sounds of interest to you, come hang out with me. Give me a subby. The reason I want to talk about this episode is it's probably my favorite Tales from the Crypt episode of all time. If you watch my Tales from the Crypt, I mean, I guess this is a spoiler, so I'm sorry, but my top 10 Tales from the Crypt episode, I believe I put this as number 1 or 2. So I don't remember. Shit changes. But I wanted to talk about this one because it is honestly has one of the best character work studies of all time when Tim Curry plays this family, the Brackets. This episode focuses on Judd Campbell, played by Ed Bagley Jr., who is a shady salesman. The episode starts off with him getting some. Should I start censoring my channel more? Getting some shorties, and he's in bed, macking on her heavily, and then he's sitting at the table, and he's like, I just played you like a flute girl, #1 trade in business, making people feel wanted, or something crazy like that, and you're like, damn, talk to him, talk back, don't talk back to him. This man goes from home to home, ripping off hopeless elderly people. He goes to this one girl's house, whose husband just died, and he's like, yo, I'm here to give you the deal, the bargain of a lifetime, $200 right now, and it's yours. And she's like, all I have is $187 on me. Could you hook a homie up? Could you help a playa out? And he's like, bet that say less. He's like, I totally got you. I can do that for you. And he takes the money. We do a montage of him collecting money like he's the dough man, like he's making Cheddar Bay biscuits. He finally gets to this one house. I love this scene. He drives up the bright lit and October skied farm. And a little side rant, I think like the farm aesthetic is my favorite of all fall aspects. A lot of people like haunted houses, dark forests, but I just love that bright lit farm and like, you know, corn, crops, scarecrows, all that stuff. I mean, just it's always been the most like enchanting to me. But he gets to this house and knocks on the door, and we're introduced by a lovely woman, Ma Brackett, played by Tim Curry. And he's like, hello, Mrs. Something. He says some other name. He's like, I'm here to make a sale. And she goes, you got the wrong house. It's not the home you think it is. And he's like, oh, my bad. I'll go. I guess I'll go peddle my business elsewhere. And then she's like, He drops a little hint about what he's selling. She's like, all right, you can come in. And pretty much he is selling a grave plot, this beautiful place to be buried. And he's like, I got the hookups. And she's like, well, let me get Paul and he can come check this out. And Paul comes walking in, also played by Tim Curry, and the contrast and difference between these characters are so like perfect, because Ma's kind of like that sweet love and gullible little girl, and Pa is that old crickety, criminy, that old stern, belligerent bastard who's all takes no shit. And it's a cute couple. You see that a lot in old couples, that really lighthearted, sweet woman, kind of married to a curmudgeon-y old fart. But he's like, yo, we got this grave plot, and we can sell it to you and give it to you for, like, if you pay this small amount of money, you get this beautiful plot. And she's like, you get $20,000 for just fucking $400? And he goes, no. This is a couples deal, so you get $40,000 or $750. Yeah, I know, and they're like, what? Let's sign the papers right now. Let's do the deal. Let's make it. And you're like, oh, Judd's getting away with another scandal. But then Paul Brackett goes, first we gotta see the graveyard. First we gotta see the plot first. You know, we gotta know what's good. We can't buy something before we try it. And he's like, let's sign the paper, give me the money, and I'll take you there myself first thing in the morning. We'll do it. Big bet, say less. And he goes, all right, you got me. We'll be right back to get the money. And as Judd thinks he's on the come up, he's looking around the house doing his thing. You get hit with a brutal, intense, shocking scene when he accidentally stumbles and sees a dead body. And you're like, oh, that's actually pretty brutal. And he starts panicking. And then before he can escape, he gets knocked out. Again, Judd is a slick man, so he slowly wakes up and he overhears the Brackets talking, being like, we're gonna kill you. We're gonna kill this man. And Ma Brackett's like, all right, before we kill him, let's just introduce him to Winona. She needs to find some love. She's a sweet girl. Let's do it. And Pa's like, ain't no way he's ever gonna fall for a woman like her. He's gonna be like every other man we killed, and he's just gonna reject her. So let's just kill her. And he's hearing this. Judd's hearing this, and he wakes him up and he goes, "You're gonna meet our daughter." As Judd's sitting there tied up in his chair, he hears a beautiful fucking, I don't know if it's a harmonica or whatever, and he's like, "Winona, that must be you." What up, peeps? Starting tomorrow, October 15th, we are locking in with a new little series I want to call Dread Festival. He goes, "I'm sensing this vibe, this passion, this love from you." And she creeps around the corner and she's all like, "You don't want anything to do with me. You're just saying that because you're all trapped." And he's like, "No." He's like, "I'm just feeling this vibe." And as she turns the corner and reveals herself, he's like, "Oh, ew. Oh my God, you're so beautiful." And again, I know I already said this, Winona is played by Tim Curry, and she's kind of like big, deformed, creepy. Like, again, just like a little kind of type of shawty you don't want. And if you want her, that's more than okay. Like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and everyone's beautiful, but they intentionally made her kind of like societally creepy. And I'm not dissing her, but she ain't that bad. Like, she's not bad. Like, she ain't bad. She's not a baddie. Like, I'm not trying to justify this, but he goes, "Oh my God," he's like, "I know I just met you, but I'm feeling this intoxication towards you. Like, I've never felt this so in love in my life." Because he's a gaslighter, he's a manipulator, he's a salesman. And she's like, "Well, the body don't lie, so if you want to be with me, you gotta do the deed." And she pretty much takes advantage of him, and he's laying there, and she goes, you seem kind of soft to me, buddy." And he's like, no. And he forces this thing up and gives Winona the ride of her life, where she's like, "Oh my God, you really do love me." And he's like, "I think we should get married." He's like, "Take these handcuffs off of me, we'll get married right now." And Winona's like, "Oh, go tell my dad." And he's kind of playing the rue. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna marry your daughter, we're gonna be together forever, I'm gonna be part of the family, just uncuff me." And Paul Brackett's like, "Nah." He's like, "I'm not gonna do that, I'm not stupid." He's like, "You guys can get married, but you're gonna live here and stay in this house forever." And Winona gets sended. She's like, "No, I can't stand you, Dad," and starts attacking her mom, attacking her dad, and going belligerent. He kills him. And you're like, "Oh shit." And she's like, "We have all this money buried down in the basement from all these salesmen we killed. We can take this money and run away." So they go down to the basement, but Judd has something up his sleeves when he pops Winona. He grabs a gun that he found on the floor that got lost in the shuffle. And he starts digging. It's in this dank, decrepit basement. He's digging for hours and hours and hours, and he finds this little box, opens it. And then you're like, "Wait, what?" And then you look up, and they're just standing down, lurking at him. They're like, "You stupid bastard. Hey, Winona, come check this out." And she stands up, and the gun was fake. The blood splatter packet. It's an elaborate illusion, elaborate hoax. I don't know why they did all this just to prank him. Like, they could have just killed him. Maybe they were trying to see if he really was in love with Winona, which is fine. That's great. That's Danny. That's what we're hoping for. But hovering over him with an iconic shot of them all glaring, which again, all three Tim Currys standing side by side. They're all hauntingly staring down at him, and they're like, "Looks like you dug your own grave, boy." And as he's pleading for his life, they execute him. Yeah, and I just fucking love this episode. It's personally, I don't know why, it's just always been one of my favorites. Probably because it's like my brother's favorite. And I love my brother, he's my best friend. Tim Curry's performance across the board is phenomenal as the sweet Ma Brackett, the curious Winona, and the curmudgeon-y Pa. Ed Bagley Jr. does a great job as like a sleazy salesman who's trying to manipulate and gaslight. There's some horrific, brutal scenes. It's well paced. It tells a good story about corruption and don't take advantage of people. And again, the theme in Tales from the Crypt is like the bad people get their comeuppance. I'm not saying like killing someone is justifiable, but in Tales from the Crypt it is. But all around, it's an episode I rewatch all the time. I just rewatched it the other day, and I'm like, I'm making a video about it because I love this one so much. Do you guys love these Tales from the Crypt videos as much as I do? I would love to do more, so comment down your favorite and specifically let me know. Always give this video a like because the more y'all hype it up, the more I get hyped up, and the more we can become a community together. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Give me a thumber. Hit that ding-a-ling button harassing you, telling you, hey, it's me, I'm here, and I'm going to say it one time for the one time and two time for the O's. Give me a hell yeah for horror.
Where is that old goat? Bah! Where in tarnation are you?
For horror history, there are many intros that are critically acclaimed, such as the infamous, powerful, shocking scene of Jaws that tormented many a generation. 1979's When a Stranger Calls, starring Carol Kane, has probably one of the most infamous ones of all time. You know, based on that famous urban legend.